You ever seen someone hit rock bottom right in front of you, like really hit it in broad daylight, holding three babies on a rusted park bench, the world just walking by? That morning, I've been running Grant Park like I always do, headphones out, thinking about everything and nothing, counting the cracks in the path, wishing I could run straight out of my own life for a minute. But let me back up a sec. My name's Luke Morgan, yeah, the tech guy. The one people write headlines about, all that visionary stuff, but the truth is, most days I just move from one silent room to the next, making coffee I never finish, living like a guest in my own penthouse. That morning, though, something broke the script. Not the city, not the routine, but a stroller busted crooked, half on the grass by a bench under those big old oaks. I almost kept running. I mean, in Chicago, you see all kinds of sad stories. But something, call it fate, or just plain guilt, made me stop. There was this woman slumped over, her hair covering her face, clothes that looked like they'd lost too many battles. In a stroller, three babies, pale and listless, their lips cracked, a soundless kind of cry. It hit me hard. You know what I mean? Like, suddenly nothing else in the world mattered. I tried to wake her, but she didn't move, skin cold, pulse weak. The path was empty. My heart was hammering, hands shaking as I scooped her up and wrangled the whole broken circus, her and those kids, into my car. I barely remember driving home, calling Elena, my housekeeper, barking orders for doctors and baby food and warm blankets, voice cracking like I was some rookie on his first crisis call. Elena had the cavalry ready. By the time we got inside, Dr. Patel and a nurse were already waiting, their faces going grave the second they saw the babies. Dehydrated, malnourished, yet cold, been hours, the doctor muttered, setting IVs, measuring pulses. The woman came to for a second, rasping three names: Ben, Lily, and Grace, before passing out again. That broke me in a way I can't explain. I sat up all night, the house humming with medical machines and soft crying. For the first time, my home felt like more than glass and stone. There was life in it, Missy, desperate life, but life just the same. When she finally woke, she looked around wild-eyed, clutching at the air, until I told her the kids were safe. Her name was Rachel Carter. She'd been a teacher once, lost her husband in a crash, lost her job, her home, every safety net. No family left, no one to call. I tried, she whispered. I just wanted them to have a chance. There was nothing left of her but love and exhaustion. We settled into this strange, fragile routine. She refused charity, insisted on sweeping, folding, earning her keep in whatever small way. The babies grew stronger, their cheeks filling out, their cries growing bold again. Sometimes I caught Rachel just staring at them, tears in her eyes, like she couldn't quite believe the nightmare might finally be over. Then, like all stories, just when you start to believe in hope, life throws you a punch. There was a knock at the gate. Security stopped a man in a wet trench coat, scowling, jaw set hard as granite. Rachel's face went white. "That's my brother-in-law, Pete," she whispered. "He tried to take the kids after Tom died. Said I wasn't fit." Pete barged in with threats and paperwork, trying to play the blood family card, hurling insults, sneering at her new safety. "Living off strangers, huh? You think this changes who you are?" It was ugly, the kind of scene that makes your stomach turn. But Rachel stood tall for the first time since I'd met her, voice shaking, hands balled but firm as steel. "You're not taking them. Not now, not ever. I'll fight you with everything I've got." And fight we did. Court dates, affidavits, sleepless nights. Pete tried everything, accusations of instability, digging up her past, twisting every small mistake. I watched Rachel weather each blow, and every time she staggered, she got up again, a little more fire in her eyes. It changed something in me. I wasn't just the guy who'd found her on a park bench. I was her witness, her support, maybe even her friend. Late nights, we talked over tea while the babies slept, about loss, about second chances, about how the world could grind you down and still leave room for light. I told her about Ava, my own lost love, and the walls I'd built around myself. She smiled, that right teacher smile, and said, "Maybe it's time to let someone in." The day of the hearing was brutal. Pete painted Rachel as unstable, dependent, unfit. But our lawyer came prepared: records, references, evidence of every bottle fed, every doctor's note, every hour Rachel spent building her life back. I stood up and told the truth. This woman didn't need saving, she just needed someone to stand beside her. It was the most honest thing I've ever said in public, and man, my hands were shaking like a kid's. The judge took 2 days. We barely slept, just moved through the house like ghosts, holding the kids, waiting for the call. When it came, Rachel got full custody. She collapsed into my arms sobbing, not out of fear, but relief, gratitude, exhaustion, and maybe, just maybe, hope. That summer, things changed for good. Rachel went back to school online, finished her teaching certification. The babies took their first steps on our living room rug. The house filled with chaos, crayon marks on the walls, bottles under the couch, laughter in every corner. I found myself wanting it to never end. In the nun evening, after dinner, with the kids asleep and the sun setting soft over the city, Rachel turned to me and said, "I never thought I'd feel safe again, but you show me how to fight for it." I reached for her hand, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel empty. We started something together, not just a family, but a purpose. We opened a small learning center for single parents, kids who needed a place to land, a place to grow. It was her idea, but I threw in everything I had: money, time, heart. The Haven Project. Kids came in scared, left grinning and covered in paint. Sometimes when the noise settles, I look around and can hardly believe this is my life: the billionaire and the teacher, 3 miracle kids, a second shot at everything. It's messy, it's hard, it's never what you expect. But I take this chaos over all the quiet in the world. So let me ask you, watching this, what would you have done if you'd seen her that morning? Would you have stopped? Would you have risked your comfort for a stranger? Do you think Pete was wrong to fight, or just broken by his own past? Is family what you're born with, or what you fight for? Leave your answer below, because out here, nobody gets a second chance alone.